Sup, fucker? Sorry, we're changing this. Doctor, we meet again to discuss, debunk, and otherwise theorize about shit we know barely anything about. But nevertheless, we will come up with a solution.
If we don't do it, who will?
Who will?
Nobody seems to be doing it.
No. And, you know, a lot of other podcasts and stuff, they just want to spout facts and rehearse scripts. We don't do that here.
No. Like, most of the shit that we say, probably not true.
Or we just got it completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
But you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Because we were going to talk...
If you're getting your actual facts from me, ooh.
Now, if you're...
We're just inspiring ideas
to
look at.
We're just idea factories.
Yeah.
We're just giving you a little bit more to think about.
We're like the cream.
That rises to the top.
To the top.
So for those of you who don't know, we just did Summerween, and Spence was Macho Man Randy Savage, and he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, and Dave was Mr. Magnum himself, Magnum PI.
Yep, it's true.
Nailed it. Look at the pictures if you don't. You can't even tell one from the other.
Yeah. The side-by-side pics I made, did you see those?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're just like, is it the same picture?
Why am I looking at two of the same pictures? Like, who is it? Oh, wait a minute.
It's kind of like if you had a picture of this wall and then another picture of this wall with John Cena on it, it would look identical. Same thing. Same. Speaking of John Cena, have you watched Peacemaker?
No.
I was going to say season 2 is coming out soon.
What's that on?
It's on Max, HBO.
Oh.
They keep changing their name back and forth. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, my HBO Max fucking app on my TV, like, I can't get, like, 2 minutes into it and then it freezes and kicks me out.
You probably need the newer app.
Probably.
Because I have 2 HBO Max apps on my TV. One works and one doesn't. Anyway, we're going to freestyle it. We got a bunch of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
And our last freestyle episode, technical issues.
I think it was a ghost, actually.
I think it was Fish.
Fucking Fish.
He just jumped up there and smacked that record button.
He's tall enough. He's like, shut the fuck up.
It's like, joke's on you, Daddy-O.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, Fish is my cat. He's a lot like the Garfield character, where he just wants to eat lasagna and lay around all day.
He's basically like a guest star at this point, a reoccurring role, if you will.
Yeah. Good guy. Fish.
Good guy.
He's a good guy. He appears in my dreams. He actually saved us from an alligator in one of my dreams. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I do recall that one.
Yeah, and then Kevin Hicks was asking me about Tom McGonigal, which was weird.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, do you want to buy some hot sauce?
Have you tasted it?
No, I still haven't. I keep forgetting about it.
I want to buy some. Anyways, yeah, we had Summerween, and it was fun. It was a good time.
It was fun for the people who went.
Yeah. People that actually showed. I don't know if people just don't like Halloween or they just fucking hate us.
A lot of people actually had shit going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't begrudge you, especially the ones who had kids' birthdays and shit like that. Like, your kids or your grandkids' birthdays, you're off the hook.
Yeah, I mean, Randy had his granddaughter's birthday, and he showed up.
Oh, man, rough.
Randy, of all people, but he just lives down the street. So.
Yeah, that's fair. If it was like in the valley, he probably would have been like,
She Road's coming on at 4.
I gotta have a bowl of soup and go to bed by 5:30.
Did I send you the gayest soup?
Yeah. What was it? Clam chowder was the gayest one?
Clam chowder was the gayest soup because it's creamy enough that it's gay for guys and has enough clams in it that it's gay for girls.
You just called me gay. I love clam chowder.
Yeah. A good clam chowder.
With oyster crackers?
Top notch. Bad clam chowder. Oh, man. If you go into like a Flying J and get the clam chowder, You're probably going to make clam chowder.
You already have questionable life decision-making skills.
Yeah.
That's like getting fucking gas station sushi. It's just not smart.
Yeah. Flying J pizza, though, I'm not going to dismiss that.
It's pretty hard to fuck up pizza.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, even Totino's is like the bottom of the barrel pizza. It's still pretty good.
I would eat it if it was right here, right now.
You know, I have an analogy for pizza. Pizza is like sex. Even when it's not that good, it's still pretty awesome.
And you'd be like, ooh.
I'm just glad to be here. Actually, there is a scene in Peacemaker, coming back around to that, where like, because he essentially escapes from prison, and then he ends up meeting this gal in a bar, and you know, they're going at it, and there's a pretty intense scene of John Cena bare ass naked going to town on this woman. And then later on, she's like brushing her teeth and shit. And he's like, hey, thanks for letting me get in your pussy back there. I really enjoyed that. Because he's just kind of a goofy character and has like no interpersonal nuance. So it's just the way he said it was fucking hilarious. I really enjoyed being in your pussy back there. I got to tell you.
I think that he's actually a pretty funny.
He's hilarious.
Character. Yeah.
I mean, cock blockers, Vacation Friends, shit like that. Peacemaker, obviously. Anytime he tries to play it serious is a little bit funny in its way too. You ever see his older movies like The Marine?
Yeah.
Hot piece of shit movie.
Yeah.
But he's trying.
I mean, it was no Commando for sure.
It tried to be.
It tried to be.
Really hard.
Yeah, the only thing that I've watched lately was Wednesday, and that was just because I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. I just like the aesthetic that he puts onto most of his projects.
Yeah, that kind of Disney macabre
Yeah.
is like the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
I mean, even when he made those Batman movies, it was an interesting, different take.
Oh, for sure. Especially the second one, like the...
It was actually creepy.
Yeah.
And like parents were like, this movie's too dark. And at the time I wanted like a lighter, more comic booky Batman, but looking back at that movie, it's like, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't even watched any movies lately. I don't know what I've been doing. Fucking nothing.
Fuck, what did I watch recently? I started watching Ready Player One.
Have you not seen that before?
I've not seen it.
Oh.
Yeg and Scott were like, oh, you've not seen this, you have to. And I don't even care about the plot. I'm just looking for all the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, that's RoboCop. Like, that's fun with that movie. What was the other thing we watched?
Especially like in the main battle towards the end of the movie, they're just like fucking every like 80s and 90s icon.
Which is right up my alley.
Like their skins are like Freddy Krueger and fucking Optimus Prime. And,
Oh, that's dope.
yeah.
Yeah, I only got like halfway through it. I got to finish it. I had them watch this movie called The Gift. Zieg had found this movie, or this list of movies with all the best plot twists at the end. And one of them was The Gift. So he's showing me this list, and I was like, oh shit, that's a good one. So we watched that during our breaks, and it holds up, man. Still a good movie.
It's an older movie?
Yeah, it had to have come out in like 2015 or 2016, somewhere around there. It has Jason Bateman and Joel Edgerton. I don't know if it's on any streaming platform, but the twist ending is really cool. It's enjoyable to watch.
Check it out.
I swear I watched something else recently. Must not have been that good.
Yeah. I watched The Death of a Unicorn.
I keep seeing that with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. I mean, you have to expect it's going to be a stupid movie.
It's got Paul Rudd in it.
Right. But it's made by A24, or is that the studio?
Oh, A24 Studios, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a fun movie. Not supposed to be taken serious at all.
Okay.
but it's definitely worth watching.
I'll give it a shot. I like Paul Rudd because, for one, he's always Paul Rudd in every movie, but he's a lovable kind of goofball guy. Yeah. It's not like when you watch, like Ryan Reynolds is basically Deadpool in every movie. It kind of gets old. But Paul Rudd, he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Still good. I swear to God, we did like a whole marathon of Nuke's Top 5 yesterday.
Really?
For like 6 hours.
So I was talking to Deacon at the Summerween party. Just about like, so he went out with us for his first time doing a ghost hunt.
You segued perfectly into that. That was one of my talking points.
Oh, yeah.
So, good job, Doctor.
Doctor. So we went out to Mercer again and did another investigation there. Had some weird things happen. I don't know if any of it was actually caught on video, but Deacon, your second oldest boy, or your second son, was with us.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. He looks more like Martin Riggs than fucking...
It's true.
Magnum P.I. But I was like asking him the difference. I was like, okay, well, I know you guys like watch ghost videos and stuff. Have you guys watched anything, like any ghost videos since the thing that we went and did? And he was like, yeah, we've been watching Nuke's Top 5. I was like, now, is it for you different, like watching those videos now? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, like, first time I went out and did our first ghost hunt, the couple times we've been on, like every ghost video that I watch now, I'm just wondering, like, who's behind the camera, who's behind, like, who's with them, because none of it doesn't show any of that really, like, and so I just question everything a lot more. And he was like, oh yeah, I guess so, yeah. It's a lot different. I mean, you could see where there's a lot more opportunities to fake shit.
Yeah.
Once you actually, like, work the camera on something like that.
I always kind of had like the engineering mindset behind, okay, how did they fake that?
Yeah.
Or how could you have faked that? So that was always kind of apparent to me, but after doing these things personally, I think more in terms of like the psychological aspect of it, of the acting part, I should say, of like, okay, that could have really happened, but this guy's mentality doesn't match what should be, you know, not in terms of like, oh, you should be brave and go run after that ghost, but how is their reaction like proportional? And how realistic does it seem? Because some people have, in these videos, you know, they'll have like an encounter and they freak the fuck out, and it's like, okay, I believe that one.
Yeah. But
some of them are hamming it up so bad that it's like, okay, even if that was real, you lost all credibility with me. You know, it's kind of like when you watch some of these ghost hunting videos where people go out and, again, there's always a fucking psychic clairvoyant, and they're always like, I'm sensing the spirit of a little girl, and you're going, oh my God, shut the fuck up. But then some people have a completely disproportionate response in the opposite, where something happens, they're just like, oh, I wonder what that was. Like, dude, you should be shitting your pants right now, you know? That's the aspect that I've been much more interested in, is seeing the people. The reaction. Because it's easy to go, okay, if you want that chair to spin this way, you'll tie a string and you'll run it around here so you have leverage to make it twist, or, you know, shit like that. Yeah, I've always thought about that too, is like what their reaction is. And honestly, I think that if I was filming something like that and I saw something, just talking about it now, I think that my reaction would probably be to laugh. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what the fuck was that? Like, you know, that would be my honest... just talking about it, I don't know, I might actually scream and fucking run, I don't know. I doubt it. Like, thinking about it, the only thing that I could do, I would want to film it, but I would probably start laughing about it, like, just because it's, like, almost... giddy about it? Yeah, that's literally the word I was thinking, was giddy, because we go and do these things with the hope and intent that we're going to find something and have this experience. So when it happens, we're it's happening. It's really happening. Did you see that? Did you get that on tape? It's like that moment at Mercer where you and I are walking away from kind of like the wooden circles and shit, and we heard that growl. It was kind of like a...
Yeah.
You heard that too, right?
You heard that, right?
It was just like that, and then we start like whistling and fucking with it and shit, where that's kind of proof positive of this concept that we're talking about of we're going to kind of act a little bit more like children when it happens instead of just being like, oh my God, did you hear that growl? Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, no, that was awesome.
Yeah. So if you ever see us freak out like that, we were probably definitely faking it at that point.
Or it was just overwhelmingly
terrifying.
Yeah.
We actually saw like a fucking ghost stick coming.
You saw like a skinwalker coming at us with a giant cock, just getting it ready, and and then we're like, "Fuck this!"
Yeah, and then we have you heard from that kid who was there?
I haven't checked the messages or comments or anything for a while, but I looked like a week later. I never heard nothing.
Yeah, when we were there, we saw. I mean, there was another group of people that came up and were going to do kind of a ghost investigation, I think. That's what they were saying. While we were there and kind of talked to him about stuff, and to me it was like he was afraid to say the word skinwalker. Yeah,
because he said it as SW.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to say the word out loud, as though the word itself is some kind of bad omen.
It's like, oh, too late, because we've been saying it for like 2 hours.
We were over there fucking whistling at him.
We were over there whistling in the dark for it. You mean these things that are right here on my hat? These guys? Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. Because there was another group that came also, right? After they came, there was another one heading up there.
Yeah, so like they came and we packed up, and as we're leaving, another group was showing up.
Yeah.
Which meant we got out of there just in time.
Yeah.
Because I think when you have too many people in the mix, it kind of creates like confusion.
Yes, just like sound corruption or,
Yeah, and plus the whole kind of energy manipulation in a way where it's like if you have, let's say our group where we're kind of open but also honest about shit, and then you have another group who is this super dramatic, like I heard the wind rustling branch, so it had to be a skinwalker kind of people.
Yeah.
And then you'll have like naysayers who just kind of put negative energy everywhere. Too many people, too muddy, just too much shit. That's why I kind of like this smaller group of 2, 3, 4 people.
I just thought about this right now. What about like if you were there and then like a bunch of people showed up and then you just like started filming other people doing their shit?
I think you'd get a lot of the same reactions. Yeah. You'd kind of get the people of like, that wasn't anything. No, it was nothing. And you'll hear like a, that was nothing. That was a tree.
That was my stomach rumbling. I
farted. And then you'll get the people there. Oh my God, what was that?
That was an SW for sure.
There was one video out at Mercer, and it's this group of young people, and this one gal is convinced that she was like something. I don't know how to word it. But she's like, there's a skinwalker out here, and there's demons out here, and she just keeps chanting the same shit over and over, and it's like, this is the dumbest fucking video I've ever watched. Like, this is trash. I'll have to show it to you sometime. And then we go out there, especially the first time, like, nothing here.
Yeah, it's a cool little cemetery. It's like a little pioneer village cemetery. Kind of cool.
Yeah, largely very boring.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that there was another moment where you and Xander were working on the spirit box, and me and Deacon just kind of went for a walk and looking up at the sky, and we're seeing all these UAPs, because you can see the stars out there, like, super clear. And some of them were very plainly satellites, flat, smooth trajectory, not moving too fast. But then there's, like, 3 objects that were kind of, like, doing this and dancing around each other, like, for sure UAPs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of like to go out there and kind of do both things at the same time. I mean, take one camera and kind of fix it at the sky, and then
that was something I thought about after the fact, because these cameras couldn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Just the lens's capability is not there. So I got to look into some other methodology with that. Even if I use my still frame camera, I got to come up with something, because it was like it was too good that we had all this paranormal activity, potential cryptid activity, and UAP all at the same time.
yeah.
And it was just like, I'm ill-equipped. I don't have what I need right now.
Yeah, I think that, and then kind of doing a thing that, what's his name, talks about, trying to call in like UAP or that type of phenomenon.
Yeah.
Take some chairs there and just sit there and kind of meditate on shit for a while. And then, if we're not getting anything, do some ghost hunting for a while and then sit back down, try to connect.
I thought about the exact same thing. I heard that knock, but it was through the wall. It sounded like it was out there.
It almost sounded like front door-ish.
Yeah, Deacon will get it. But no, I thought about the same thing of taking some chairs out there and maybe investing in, a telescope of some kind that I could mount the camera to, because they have the like periscope style lenses that you can film off of, and then trying some of that same stuff that what's his name was doing, of not summoning. What did he call it? He used a different word, because summoning is like
Inviting?
Yeah, inviting, that's it. But yeah, trying some of that stuff, and then, like you said, if that doesn't work, we'll just try some classical ghost hunting. Maybe just cut down the toolkit and, just try cameras and the simple stuff.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles.
What the fuck is that guy's name? Drew? No. His son's name is Drew. Something Love? Men Love? No, I don't know.
It'll come to you as soon as you leave to drive home.
Here, yeah, it'll be Bob.
Yeah, I'm going to think of it like right as I'm about to fall asleep tonight. Fuck, that was his name.
Bob Manab.
Bob Manab. Joe McNanigal. Different guy. Fun name.
Oh, Joe McNonigal. That's his name, not Tom McNonigal.
Yeah, old Joey.
Oh, Joey.
Old Joey.
My dream was wrong because he said Tom. I keep calling him Tom too.
Well, maybe in an alternate reality, he's Tom.
Well, yeah, and if there's a multiverse, infinite multiverse, he's got to be named Tom. One of them.
Do you believe there is an infinite multiverse?
An infinite multiverse? I think if there was a multiverse, it would have to be infinite to account for all of the variables. I do believe there are different dimensions for sure, so I guess so.
I agree. I mean, I've always thought that there was an infinite multiverse. It would explain so many things. Multi-dimensional is just kind of a force multiplier on top of that.
Yeah. Well, like in physics, when they talk about string theory, they believe there are like 9 different dimensions, at least 9, that are kind of layered on top of each other like that. And so like we exist, our reality exists on one plane of that 9 stacked sandwich of multiverses or dimensions or whatever. But that doesn't account for the like I said, it doesn't account for the infinite possibilities of like your decisions you make on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
to me, it has to make sense that if they're stacked this way, then how come they're not stacked also this way, and then from every single direction? So it's like had to be infinite, 360 times 360, whatever.
It makes sense to me. I think there's just too many. I think our brains are just too small to really understand the capacity of time, space, or 9 dimensions.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about this object right here, you know, it's just a handkerchief, but it's a 3-dimensional object with a 2-dimensional print on it. So there's 2 dimensions right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's living kind of almost within a 4-dimensional space because we have other things like pressure and temperature and everything else. So we're just multiplying each thing as we go along. And then once we kind of get outside of the realm of physical space-time, and you start thinking about things like astral projection or remote viewing, and now you're moving into another dimension because you're not bound to physical space anymore.
Yeah. Well, even you have to take into account the Schrodinger's cat theory of like, does that handkerchief even exist if you don't look at it?
Exactly.
I mean, the theory that like your mind is making up the reality around you all the time.
Which goes into simulation theory.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in a video game, when you enter a specific room in a video game, that room has to render, but you're no longer in the room you left, so that room is unrendered to use space to render this.
Yeah.
So does that room still exist when you leave it?
Don't know. In my reality, you know, if somebody else is in that room still, but do they exist? I guess they have to.
Do they exist, or are we all simultaneously one consciousness? Because we're all the same person. When every time you die and reincarnate, you come back as a different person, but you're still you.
The same consciousness.
But we're all the same person.
Yeah.
Infinite possibilities.
Yeah. You're just, in each scenario, living a different trajectory through that simulation.
Yeah, maybe we're building up one consciousness with infinite lives. So we're learning as much as we can through these different individual lives to build up one consciousness to maybe fuel one being.
Yeah.
Who knows?
God.
We're God. I'm God. You're God. I would say that, but then there's certain people that I've known that like I would never want their name and God in the same sentence because it would just like inflate their head.
Yeah. Well, you have to think like if God is an omnipresent being, there has to be good, bad, ugly, beautiful, that
Sure.
all lends into that conglomeration of...
Well, in order to be God, you would also have to be omniscient. You'd have unlimited points of view, so wouldn't you be able to see through everybody's perception simultaneously?
Theoretically, yeah.
So we're all God.
Show me what you got.
Take off your pants and panties. Shit on the floor.
Get swifty.
Get swifty. Oh yeah, so anyway, Mercer. So the one thing that we experienced for sure was that growl, which I got to figure out how to isolate the audio and boost it up because the camera was pointed in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
It's pretty faint. Like if I turn my speaker all the way up, you can hear it, but it's like over the sound of the gravel shuffling and everything. It's I got to boost it up somehow. That was undeniably to me something. It could have been an animal. It could have been a cryptid. It could have just been some kind of audio pareidolia, but we both heard it.
Yeah. Someone getting railed in the bushes like a few hundred yards away.
Like a deaf person. It definitely sounded like an animal.
Yeah.
Of some kind.
Yeah, that's the hard thing out there. I mean, it's dark and we're in the middle of the desert. So, I mean, it could be a dying cow or something.
I don't know. What was weird to me is we only heard it once.
Yeah.
And I remember because you were walking behind me and I thought I heard something, so I stopped and turned, and then you stopped, and that's when it happened.
Yeah.
And at first it was kind of like, oh, sick. I thought I was just hearing shit, but he heard it too. But yeah, so that was cool. There's a lot of spirit box stuff to go through, but a lot of legitimate question and direct responses.
Yeah.
Which obviously I wasn't there for all of them, but watching it back on, holy shit, that's solid.
Yeah, and there was a lot of motion activated lights going off because, I mean, I mean, we were there for a few hours, and like you'd set it up, and it would sit there forever. So it's not like the trees rustling in the wind that's setting it off. Like, definitely seems like there was things that were set, because it would be like we'd be off in a totally different spot, and then all of a sudden the light would go off and all the way on the other side of the cemetery. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that over there?
Well, it's not just like if you and I were off somewhere and then the boys were another spot, another light, like way off from both sets of, both groups would go off.
Yeah.
And some of them are literally pointed straight up in the sky with no trees around. So it's like, what set that off?
Yeah.
And furthermore, how did that get set off, but the REM pod didn't?
Yeah.
I don't know. There was some weird shit going on that time.
Yeah, definitely an interesting place to check out if people are wanting to go and do something that's a little paranormal.
And it's free.
It's free. You can go there all night long if you want.
I don't recommend going on, like a weekend or any time during October.
Yeah.
There'd probably just be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Fuck, we were there on, a Wednesday? And still people were showing up.
Yeah.
But we're approaching that season, and it's cooler at night. Makes sense.
Kind of wonder, too, wasn't that the 23rd of July?
Yeah, it was.
So people were just out and about, probably off work for the holiday, and so they went out to go do some shit. It's fun.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
And
and
4th of July is the Pioneer Day here in Utah.
Pioneer Day, like, it's a paid holiday for us.
Yeah.
We still have to work it, but
Yeah.
we get paid for it.
Yeah, it was definitely, it felt a lot more active, even with the spirit box. There was a few things that I, like when you and I were doing it and I was asking the questions, it seemed like there was a few that were like really direct responses that, who's here, and it would say a name, how old are you, and it would say a number, like, definitely seemed like it was call and response type answers.
It really was. Having watched most of the footage, there are moments where you're like, wow, there's something there. It's not just, it's luck if it happens once. If it happens 3 or 4 times in a row like it kept doing, even with different people, there's something else to it,
And I kind of, it makes me wonder, whenever we do that, like, so we were doing the Estes method, which is where you plug a set of headphones into the spirit box, so only that person that are wearing the earbuds or earphones can hear the responses, and then they put blindfold so they don't know who's asking the questions, and then earmuffs over the top of that so you can't directly hear the questions being asked. You're just repeating the words that you're hearing come through the box. And so when you watch that on like other ghost hunting videos and you see them get all these responses and stuff, it always makes me wonder how long they actually did that session for. Like,
yeah.
Was it 10 minutes they were doing this and got like all these intelligent responses, or were they doing it for 5 hours and got 30 seconds worth of like...
Well, it depends on who you watch, I think, because obviously a lot of them are bullshit artists, but
Yeah.
The ones that put on their headphones and somebody will start asking questions. Demon, dead, killed, murdered.
Yeah.
Like, you're full of shit. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like frequency compared to volume in terms of these haunting things, where the few times we've done it and actually had responses, we get them pretty much right away. It's not like we're out there for 9 hours straight and then get 30 seconds worth of good responses. We put on the headphones and go at it, and everybody takes a turn, and there's a little bit with everybody, right? Versus, like you're saying, like some of these people potentially put on their headset and do it for an hour and maybe get 1 or 2 responses. It really lends credence to your idea of people being haunted versus places. Now, to kind of expound on that, I do think some places have a certain amount of frequency there that people who are haunted are able to just tap into.
True. Yeah, I definitely think that materials kind of hold on to energy, just like, crystals and shit like that are able to be charged in a certain way. That they even, like, so much so that they even, like, emit light if you're charging certain crystals in certain ways. So yeah, I mean, why wouldn't that just kind of record things that are going on around them and then replay them kind of on a loop?
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to kind of stone tape theory,
right.
Only the problem I have with stone tape theory is it's almost portrayed as like an audiometric thing. Like it records an audio of it instead of just having the vibrational energy in a way, which audio is vibration. I get it, but it seems kind of limited in scope, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think places, especially the objects that make up those places, are holding on to a lot of that energy. And if you are a person of that certain type of energy that can make it amplified, makes sense to me.
Yeah. So I think that, for me anyways, kind of describes the difference between like a residual haunting and an actual spirit haunting, whereas like maybe the stone tape thing is more of a residual energy type haunting that you're experiencing, just things that have played out through history, whereas like a spirit haunting where somebody might be more open to receive messages on a different frequency from normal people, might experience certain things all the time around them.
I agree, and I tend to think a place like Mercer or even Benson Grist Mill is more of just that residual energy.
Yeah.
Like, do I think it's actively haunted? No, but there's definitely a sense that there was something there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading this book by Ruth Montgomery. What was it called? The World After, or A World After. I haven't finished it, but she talks about, because she was she did like automatic writing, and she did some I don't want to give her a title of like clairvoyant or a speak with the dead type of person, but she's definitely in that realm. But it was like her mentor in those fields passed away, and then when he moved on to the next plane, he said, we don't stay here permanently. This is just kind of like almost like a waiting room. Like you have to finish what you have to settle on the previous world before you can move on. And so he wanted to write this book in conjunction with her, through communicating with her from the realm beyond, essentially. But I kind of latched on that idea of like you go to another plane to finish what you left and to prepare yourself for what's next. And so I kind of think with places that are just residual, that's already happened. Like the people who have passed on from there stayed there long enough to settle what happened and long enough to prepare for the next place, and they're just gone. But what's left is the vibration, the energy.
Interesting. I like that.
It's kind of hard to read, but it's been interesting.
Well, yeah, Ghost wrote it, so.
That's why the grammar is all over the place. No, it is weird because, like, for one, it's worded. How do I describe it? It's kind of like somebody wrote it down while they were thinking it, so they're just getting everything out. So it's not super well structured in a way.
Linear so much.
It does jump around a lot.
Yeah.
And then there are like grammatical issues, like they'll forget a word, and you're just like, shouldn't that have this right there, or that, or and maybe? And so I have to go back and reread the sentence and try to figure it out. So it's been kind of a pain, but it's interesting. And a lot of what's perpetuated in that is also kind of some of the autistic kid stuff from the telepathy tapes, where they kind of talk about there's no more hate, there's no more discontent, there's no more negative feelings towards this, that, or the other. You just kind of just accept. and you hold no ill will or anything like that, like it's all gone.
Yeah.
All of your worldly problems you leave in the world.
So if that's what it is that something that we should strive to as like human beings to kind of master while we're in this life? You think?
That question has been on my mind a lot since the whole telepathy tapes thing. And one thing I really stuck with on that was one of the kids had passed away, and it said his mom's grandfather and his mom's step-grandfather were there, and they hated each other, but they got along great, and it's all love, you know. And that was a thing that I've thought about a lot since then, is like, shouldn't that be what I should be trying to do now, instead of holding on to grudges or hating people or whatever? Like, if in the end it's all love, why can't I just do that now and just be, you know, free of the weight of hate and discontent?
Yeah.
It's really hard while you're here.
Yeah. It's, jealousy, greed, fucking... But that's, I mean, it's like you look at, like, most religions talk about the woes of the 7 deadly sins, and it's like sloth, greed, envy, you know, all these things that are like, if you would just learn how to control your own desires, that's what we're here for, I guess, is to master being able to control your own desires before you go on to whatever's next.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to walk or crawl before you walk, pretty much. That's how I kind of have seen that for a while now, is just like, and I take that approach of like, things happen all the time, right? No matter what you're preparing for, what you're thinking about doing, whatever you're planning on doing in the future, things are going to happen that are going to kind of throw a rock in that, you know, throw a wrench in that device that you're trying to create, whatever. And so, like, it's like, do I worry about those things that are going to happen? How does that serve me to worry about that before it happens? And when something like that does happen, how does it serve me to worry about it that it did happen? Like,
yeah.
Instead of just like, oh, that was crazy, keep moving.
Exactly. And one thing that I always kind of think about in terms of like when something is really bugging me is this problem going to be here tomorrow? If the answer is yes, okay, you can ponder on it. You can figure something out. Is this going to bother me in a year? If it's not, fuck, it doesn't matter. Is it going to be there in 5 years? If the answer is no, then you definitely shouldn't worry about it, and so on and so forth. It's just kind of like, you know, money troubles, or debt or whatever. You're always going to accrue more and you're going to pay it off. And then you're going to accrue more and you're going to pay it off. That's just the cycle, you know?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like age has kind of taught me that not every problem requires attention. Most problems will go away on their own. Mm-hmm. They really do. But also understanding my own reaction to things. You know, I think about the times I've reacted extremely poorly to things. Being a little bit older now, I would have reacted differently, but the way I did then is what I did. Did I learn from reacting poorly? Absolutely. That's what really matters.
Yeah.
In, you know, 5 or 10 years, you're not going to think about, oh, I remember that one time I got drunk and cussed somebody out because I was mad at them for scuffing my J's. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
You're just going to look back at it and go, that was stupid.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be like that.
Their shoes, they're going to get scuffed no matter what you do.
I have a shoe cleaning kit. Like, who cares, you know?
Eventually you'll be able to afford another pair of J's someday.
I got them on sale. I really just think about, you know, the kind of hate and discontent you carry while you're here is just like dragging around a bag of bricks, but you're the only one carrying them. So why are you carrying it? Why are you dragging it around?
Yeah. And for no reason, really.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, we were talking a while back about, you know, forgiveness. And to me, forgiveness is like each day you choose that, each day you choose to be forgiving, even to people who don't deserve it. It's like you're taking one brick out of the bag and throwing it away. Granted, it's a big bag and it's full of bricks, but if you keep choosing it day after day after day, eventually it's empty.
Yeah.
So what are we carrying it around for?
Then you're free to fill it back up with new people to fucking...
Yeah, other people you can have hate and discontent.
That David Icke is such a piece of shit.
What a fucking idiot. I can't hate a guy like that.
No.
I really can't.
Oh, yeah. I don't hate David Icke. He's very entertaining.
Extremely. Do I think he's full of shit? Absolutely. I honestly think I could enjoy hanging out with him for like 27 minutes exactly. Yeah. After that, I'd want to hit him.
Yeah. I was like, dude, the flavor of this Waterloo does not connect back to the fucking lizard people in any way. That's what they want you to believe.
That's what they want you to think. I'm telling you. Yeah. No, it's but yeah, reading that book and understanding those telepathy tapes, kind of going back to what you said, yes, we should be striving towards that as people living on this plane right now. Does it actually help you in this plane? Maybe, maybe not. But why not try?
Yeah.
Do you want to just be miserable, or do you want to try?
I think that it most definitely can help you here in this existence, just because when we did that the near-death experiences episode, and that lady was talking about like relationships with people and like any negative interaction you have with a person kind of creates a negative force of energy between you and this other person, and it will be there until you dissolve that negative energy or whatever, and will be charging you in a negative energy source type of thing, and it'll be charging you with negative energy. So I do believe that, you know, people that are constantly having these thoughts negatively towards people are definitely charged in a negative manner.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely reverse that by having positive thoughts and positive interactions with trying to create positive links with all the people that you interact with. I think that could benefit you in this world.
I think it can, and one thing I've always had issues with is like built up resentment, you know, because you don't just hate somebody or be extremely pissed off at them just for no reason one day, or somebody you just met, you're like, I fucking hate that person. Like, you don't even know them. So it's built up resentment, you know, it takes time to create that. But the hard part is letting go of that. And I've always struggled with it, and I still struggle with it. But the older I get, the more I realize it's, Joe Rogan said this phrase a little while back, and I kind of clung on to it. It's, you have to get healthy the same way you got sick, a little bit at a time, where each time you think of a resentful thought towards somebody, you have to either stop letting it have energy, i.e. not think about it, or you have to just figure out a way to accept it. So it's just like, if it took you 5 years to build up resentment towards this person, it's probably going to take you 5 years to let that resentment go. So just take time and be patient with yourself and go, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to hold on to this old fucking thing that happened so long ago, whatever. And there's always people that, you know, you kind of go like, I don't want to hate you, but I think you're a piece of shit. But I want to let go of that resentment, you know?
I'm just going to bring it down to a neutral level where it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, you were literally nothing to me. But I think the two greatest regulators in life are time and pain, and it's like building up that resentment and letting go of that resentment is pain, but it still takes time.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you hate somebody now, if you work at it, you know, in 10 years, you're going to forget all about that person.
Yeah.
You're not going to think about the things they did that piss you off. You're just going to go, hey, fuck that guy. Anyway, you know?
And there are people that, like, you don't really, like, give thought to, and then all of a sudden you see him again, and then it's like, oh, yeah, hey, good to see you, good to see you. And they walk away and like, oh, yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Fuck that dude.
It's easy to conflate the word hate with something so negative and like discontent or whatever, but it's not always that way. Sometimes you can just say, I hate that guy. It's like, you don't actually hate him, but you want zero to do with him.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We have to come up with a word that's less strong than hate.
Strong, neutral dislike.
Yeah, I have no feelings for that person.
You can still say you dislike somebody. I don't see any problem with that, and I don't think that's gonna like be a barrier into you reaching nirvana to be like, hey, I don't hate you, but I fucking dislike you.
Yeah. Thumbs down.
Yeah, 2 thumbs down.
But I actually responded, so.
Yeah. Maybe get yourself into therapy. My best piece of advice is stop being a piece of shit.
I guess that's what, that's kind of like the nicest way to say that you dislike somebody for their actions is like saying, man, I really hope that person gets help that they need.
It's kind of like, I stopped watching it, but all the new kind of tea with the Liver King over the last couple months, I was just like, I was enthralled with it. Not because I want to see the guy have issues or fall down or whatever, but from like a psychological aspect, it's been incredibly interesting to me to see what fame and everything does to your mind. Well, fame and drugs. But just watching that, I never once felt like discontent toward the guy or hate toward the guy. I found myself going, I really hope he gets help. Yeah. A meaningful help. Because he's well on his way to just losing everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't been following it, but like all the things that I have seen is just like, what the fuck? It's gotta be a cocktail of drugs and fucking overwhelmed by social media and shit like that. It's just
he's having a really hard time letting go of the idea that his 15 minutes are up.
Yeah.
Like if whatever you think about the Liver King, he was entertaining. He had a good run, but it's over, and I think he's the last one to get the message. Nobody's entertained by it anymore. Everybody knows he's full of shit. But also, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Like, you can go on doing what you're doing. It was entertaining just watching him. Like, you knew he was on the juice from the beginning. You're not in your mid-40s looking like that without, juice or implants, whatever gear you're shooting into your ass. Nobody really cared, except for the people he would be like, I'm totally natty. Like, you're lying. That's an issue. But it is funny to see you, like, try to eat a fucking liver. It is funny to watch your antics.
Yeah. And that was like, when I started watching his clips was just like, it's almost like watching a train wreck. You're just watching it for the disgust factor. Like, oh, he's going to eat that. Oh, he just bit right into that fucking testicle. Gross. And then never thought about doing it myself or wanting to try fucking eating a bull penis to fucking be able to do more push-ups or something. I don't know.
I don't know. There's things he preached that I really liked. A lot of those ancestral tenets of, eat and sleep, obviously, are great ones, but learning to adapt cold, be in nature, brotherhood, family, all that shit. Like, there was some aspects that I really responded to, but for the most part, it's like, okay, our ancestors did not look like you, 100%.
Yeah.
They didn't know what push-ups were. They didn't have resistance bands.
They didn't exercise for fun.
They didn't put $11,000 worth of gear in their ass cheek every month. Like, yeah, anyway. It was just funny to watch, and you kind of watch him and go, how can anybody really like eating a piece of meat that you have to to get a bite of? You don't.
Yeah. Have we talked about that before? Like if there was a time traveler from like the maybe 1800s that came to our time now, and we're like, they don't understand. Like, why are you working out for fun?
Yeah.
Like, exercising. Don't you have wood to chop?
I put 17 hours a day into the mill. I have no time for push-ups.
Everybody just looked like Conan the Barbarian because he's been pushing that wheel for fucking 20 years.
Well, that's that like factory worker construction guy strength versus like bodybuilder strength is totally different.
Oh, yeah.
You ever watch those videos of the hammer test?
Yeah.
And like the actual field guys and
Grip
blue collar
test.
guys? Yeah, they're just like, and they look like you and me and shit. You know, they're not super buff.
Yeah.
They don't have fucking abs and shit. Most of them have beer guts, and then you'll see the bodybuilders.
Yeah, there was one thing that was like the guy was walking around the gym with one of those grip tester things, getting all the biggest guys in the gym to come and like test their grip strength. And like some of them were getting, you know, kind of high numbers it looked like, and then he went to like a construction site and got all these guys that are like electricians and fucking
Dudes who use their
guys that
hands
use
all
their
the
hands
day.
all the time, and they were just like crushing that thing. Like one guy, he was huge though. He was like 6'6" and like 350 pounds, just a big fucking guy. When's the last time you went to the gym? Oh, 15 years ago maybe. And like, and the thing just like zeroed out because it was too much.
Fucking strong dudes, man. Have you ever seen the videos of the really strong guy, but he's like super fit? I don't even know who he is, but he dresses up as a janitor.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, here, I'll pick these up, hold my mop. And then these fucking dudes who are vastly bigger than him, but he holds it like it's nothing. And he's way smaller than they are. That's
That'd be
functional
deadlifting,
strength.
And you like, can I mop here? And like grab it with one hand.
It always makes me curious of like just how strong is that guy, because he's so much smaller than so many of these guys, you know, that they've got 18, 20-inch buys, and he's just, yeah, he's big and he's buff, but he's not like enormous. It's kind of like every time you watch an old Arnold movie or an old Hulk Hogan movie, and they're just like shown as inhumanly strong, they're really not that strong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between like lifting for like visual pleasing to the eye and like actual like strength training. Definitely. And like even people at the gym, it's like you can tell what their like goals are just by watching how they work out. Like some of them are like going for that aesthetic, so they'll do like heavy weight, low reps, and then other people are working out for like longevity, and they're doing like resistance training, higher reps, and like super lightweight or whatever. Interesting to kind of like, when I go to the gym, I just kind of observe people. I'm the creeper guy just watching what everybody else is doing. Like, I like that.
Nice yoga pants. Speaking of watching people at the gym, I heard Joey Swole's not on social media anymore.
Really?
I haven't looked, but I heard that, and I was like, you know what? That guy did the Lord's work, calling people out at the gym for shitty gym habits. Yeah, if he's done, he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I do, like, every once in a while I'll see somebody come in and, like, set up their little tripod with their camera, and it's like...
Gay!
I get it if you're trying to, like, correct your own form or whatever, but that's what those mirrors are in here for, really. And if you're really just going to post it... Because a lot of them you'll see, like, I don't see them... Like, when I go to the gym, I see the same people, like... So I'll go before work on our day shifts and night shifts, either 4 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon is when I go. And then like when we're off, I'll usually go at like 9 in the morning. So every time, like time frame that I go, it's a different set of people, but it's the same people. Like I'll always see like the same 10, 15 people in those time slots. And then like... Every once in a while, I'll just see somebody that I've never seen before, and they come in, set up their tripod, do arm workout real quick. Like they're there for like 15 minutes and like stop doing their workout, look at their phone, and then leave. Like, you came here just to get fucking content.
Couldn't you just do that at home?
Yeah. It's like, dude, nobody fucking cares.
I I even disagree with the whole correcting your form thing, because like you said, there's a mirror.
Yeah.
To me, the only good reason to film workout material is if you're, I don't want to say content creator, but content creator. Because when I think about like a fitness influencer, I don't think about Joe Bro Schmo, who just does the same old thing that every other bodybuilder guy does. I think about like a Pat Mack or even a Tim Kennedy to that extent, where they're showing you functional workouts that you can do from home, or how you can correct your form, or how you can do these sets, or just things that are functional information, but they're explaining it. They're not just there like in their best workout outfit going,
yeah.
I don't...
3, 4.
Like, you're just posting yourself working out. You look like a fucking idiot. Sorry. But if you're actually teaching somebody or like putting good information out into the universe, like, great, go ahead and film yourself. But you'll notice those people don't do it in a public gym.
Yeah.
They'll do it at home, or they'll do it in a private session or in a private gym where they're actually creating it under controlled circumstances. Most people just do it for vanity.
Yeah.
Look, I work out. Nobody cares.
To be honest, it does bring me some enjoyment to watch those people, because then I have something to hate on for the half an hour I'm on the treadmill or whatever. Like, you're so dumb. Why?
Idiot.
How did you get so gay?
Yeah. To me, that kind of workout culture is, you're not doing it for your health. You're not doing it for your longevity. You're not doing it for any really good purpose. It's just vanity.
Yeah.
And
Clout chasing on the gram or the TikTok.
yeah, and it's like, okay, you're going to get some thirsty dudes to comment on your post. Nobody else gives a shit.
Yeah. Even then, they're just giving those compliments in passing. They don't care.
Yeah, it's... sometimes I wonder if like the dudes who do that, do they think like, oh man, she's going to see my compliment in the sea of all these other dudes and pick me,
Yep.
and then we're going to go out.
Yep. I've often wondered that also. And it's like, why comment on these like thirst trap videos, and like, what's the actual goal there? Is it you have no impulse control, that you just have to say something about it, or like you actually think that they're gonna like, where are you, Texas? I'll be there tomorrow.
I think the same thing. Like, what could you potentially get out of it?
Yeah.
Especially if you're a dude who like, like an old guy or whatever, or a guy who looks like me, you're going to comment on. They're not even going to look at it. They might look at like a super handsome rich guy. If he commented, he might have a chance or whatever, but your average dude does not.
I have seen some like reels where like the girl or whatever will like post something, and she's like, oh yeah, so I was trying to do this so I can correct my form, so I posted it, and then like I got all these hater comments, and it was like, it'll like show the person's comment, and then like she'll pull up a picture of who it was, and it's like some fucking fat guy or some ugly.
There's a TikTok channel I watch where if the comment section was real, and like share the comment and then show the picture of the person who said it, and it's always hilarious to me. But we need more of that. We need that kind of like anti-bullying kind of thing, where it's like, I'm going to bully you for being a bully kind of thing, because you'll see the comments and you'll see who posted it, and you're like, that person's talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt's weight?
The room to fucking talk about anything?
Right?
Yeah. I just don't comment on anything just because, one, I don't really care that much to comment. Like, sometimes I'll see something that's funny and then, like, make a joke about it. And it's supposed to be funny. Or they're, like, roast me, and so I'll, like, post something that's I think is funny. But that's what they're asking for. I don't want to be mean to somebody that I don't know on purpose.
Like, rarely do I comment on something, and admittedly, it's a thing that I need to work on, where it's like, I'll see something that kind of triggers me, and then I have to comment. But it's like, I try to keep my comments intelligent and like coherent, not just be triggered about it. But I had seen one recently where this dude posted that most houses are ran by single mothers. Whether she has a husband or not, she's a single mother. And I thought there's zero logic in that, and there's no factual basis. So I asked the guy, I was like, can you show me the published studies that this came from? And it just became like all these women attacking me. Which is like, okay, I get it if you feel that post personally applies to you. Like maybe you have a hands-off husband, which means you married a loser. Or like you have a partner who works all the time or whatever. Like there's a whole conversation to be had there. But when I asked the guy for published studies, he was just like, I help women and I talk to women. That's all I have. So you cannot...
You're clout chasing to try to get broads.
So you cannot use the word most because there's no factual basis for a number or a percentage. And I'm sorry, saying any woman who's like married or, in a committed relationship cannot be classified as a single mother. I just didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I commented and I got a lot of hate. So, worth it.
You getting canceled left and right, bud.
Dude, I don't know. I kind of got into a tiff with somebody who said, this podcast, there's a lot of women bashing. And I thought, that can't be fucking right. Like, I don't feel that way.
In this podcast?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I thought more about it, and I was like, in those older episodes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was still in a pretty, like, bitter and shitty place. And there probably was a fair amount of that. But if you're judging me on those old episodes, that's fine. Maybe listen to one of the newer ones. That's all I got to say.
Growth.
Growth.
Yeah. It's just our trajectory through this whole thing called learning in life.
Yeah. I know I've said some uncouth shit because I've been accused of it before, many times. My own sister accused me of it. And it was like, all right, you're right, but it's not the same anymore.
No, yeah. Well, especially coming from the place that you were at. That's the whole thing, is like context. When you post something online, so many people that actually see it, for the most part, don't know the context of where it's coming from. So it's
yeah.
That's the biggest thing I have with social media, is that, like, I understand that I'm getting one perspective from this thing that I'm just happen to scroll past. And could there be a basis for this person to dislike other people for certain reasons? Maybe, probably. Something that I don't understand that they've experienced, sure. But I still might make a stupid, shitty comment about it because...
Yeah, my feeling is, if somebody, especially online, says something and you feel personally attacked by it, it probably fits you. That's probably why you're upset about it, because subconsciously, oh, fuck, he's taking a shot at me personally. If somebody was like, only 40-year-old balding dudes start podcasts because they have no life, then it's like, oh, fuck, rude. Piece of shit. Instead, I'd be like, yeah.
And?
I'll have you know, I finally broke 2,000 downloads just on podcasts. That's not counting YouTube. But yeah. No, that's why when I make those clips and stuff, I try to just keep it like the funny stuff, or if there's something said that I think is kind of profound in a way, I try to make it to where it's like you could walk in on that clip at any time and know exactly what's being talked about.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the for me, that's what this is really about, is actually having a conversation about things that could be important or could be like irrelevant, like fucking ghosts or aliens to most people. It's irrelevant, but like having the actual conversation is the important part about it. Like all the things that we talk about, just like, you're not only like, especially for us, like we're not going off a script, and we're not going off of, we go through and kind of do research on the topics that we're talking about, but then almost talk through and make our statements just willy-nilly, almost on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give any thought to what we're going to say or going to talk about. I kind of research the things that the topic is about, but like...
I used to try to do that. I used to try to have like specific talking points and like questions to ask and things like that. And if I wouldn't even say it really ever worked, but it felt really formulaic of like, I have to lead this conversation from point A to point Z, hitting everything on the way. And after a while, it just became like, fuck it. We've got some facts that we're going to talk about, and then we're just going to have a conversation like we normally would in real life.
Yeah.
And even thinking about, you know, what do you even do this for? It doesn't matter if we get a big audience or whatever. This is just something that we do. And, you know, somewhere down the line, like your kids or my kids or grandkids, they're going to be able to watch those and go, that's who, you know, Dave and Spencer were.
Yeah.
Oh, you could see growth in these people. You could see that they would think outside the box.
And really, that's what I try to instill into my kids, is like everything that... So we have like conversations now about kind of stuff that we've talked about, and so I'll just give them some insight and then ask them questions about like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, even my nieces and nephews, like one of our last family get-togethers, they were talking about their dreams. I was like, okay, what do you think about your what do you think your dreams mean? Do you think that it's something? And it was like started a whole conversation that they continued for another like 2 hours after I like went back in the house, and they were outside talking about like what they thought about consciousness, but just opening up their minds to think about these things that are just like kind of an everyday thing. You know, it's happening all around us all the time, but like nobody ever talks about it or has a conversation about it.
Well, I think we get so distracted by the noise in our lives, you know, and we had talked about, I would kind of get wrapped up in the political scheme, especially around, you know, voting season, where that would kind of become the forefront of my cortex. That's what I'm thinking about. But people do that every single day. They're so wrapped up in that or whatever political issue they're into, you know, if you're down for climate change or gender equality or, you know, gay rights or whatever, like those people are so consumed by these forefront thoughts that everything else in the background, like dreams or remote viewing or aliens, teleportation or whatever, it's all just like way back there. Whereas I feel like we're kind of the opposite. Like, we know politicians are bent. We know all of that sucks. We know this should be fair, whatever. We have literally no power and no control over that. Why don't we focus on these things?
Yeah.
Like, these are interesting.
Yeah.
These are not talked about in the daily news.
Yeah, for me too, also, it's like political stuff is just... I take 99% of political stuff, to me, is just propaganda for votes, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like pitting one group against another group just to drive a wedge and to be able to divide and conquer, pretty much.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if we were able to focus on these things like free thinking, having conversations, even about stuff that is hypothetical things, you know, you're still thinking outside of the box and forming your own opinions and kind of building that, doing the reps on thinking for yourself, like to form your own opinion, and that like we should all be together, you know, and all these things that they're trying to divide us with is just a ploy to manipulate.
It is. I mean, I really thought about doing kind of like almost like a double-blind test to prove, I should say, that we're all kind of a little bit more centrist than we want to believe, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You see somebody that hates Trump, you automatically assume they're far left. If you go back a few years and somebody who supports Biden, we automatically assume they're far left. Or if you see somebody who hated Biden, you automatically assume they're conservative. I don't really think that's the truth. I don't think it ever was. I think we're all closer to the center than we want to admit. It's just the puppets, the talking heads on each side keep us kind of wedged apart, you know, and it's like, I don't give a shit if you hate Trump. I really don't. I give a shit if you care about America.
Yeah.
That matters to me. It matters to me if you care more about Americans than other countries' problems, you know. It matters to me if you're okay with wasteful spending. And I really think that you could run a test. You can get people from all political identities and have them fill out a questionnaire, and all the questions are the same. How do you feel about wasteful government spending? Should it be stopped, yes or no? And you're going to find a lot of these answers would be the same. Like, should gay people have equal rights? Yes or no? You know, you could put a million of these questions, and most people are going to answer in the positive.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we prove that, and how do we make it a reality that we're all closer together than we think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I think that stuff that gets posted are the extreme things, just like I said, to drive that wedge.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're not with us, you're against us. So if you're with us a little bit, you have to be all the way. And it's like, well, that's not really how like decisions are really made. You can be bipartial to whatever it is, like. So I don't know. I think that the way that they manipulate the masses is kind of disgusting, and I try to stay out of most of it.
Yeah, I've had times where I've been weak-minded about it, and I just let it get to me. But I think for myself, and for a lot of people, it's fair to say, like, that's acceptable because we want better for the country we live in.
Yeah.
It's just, the problem is we want it our way.
Yeah. And I think that, like, no matter what country you live in, you should probably want your country to be doing well.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think wellness also arrives from staying away from things that aren't well for your country. I mean, getting involved in other countries' conflicts is not well for us. Sending money to other countries for stupid shit is not well for us.
Yeah.
Overspending on our own country is not well for us. Like, there's so many things we need to change to make our country better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying America only, but I am saying America first. Like, if we're good, then we should help other people.
Yeah.
But if we're clearly not good.
It's almost like putting it in a simple form. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. Like,
Yeah. Are you going to go mow your neighbor's lawn while yours looks like shit? No.
Yeah. I don't want to mow my own lawn. Why would I mow his?
Yeah. That's why we hire Mexicans. It's the American way. That was racist, but it was just a joke. Sorry if I've offended anybody on this channel, but at the same
I
time,
could afford to hire somebody to mow my lawn. I try to pay my kids. It's hot outside.
like, what? No way.
That's why I don't want to do it. Go outside and do it.
I think I need to mow the lawn. I haven't done it in a while. Somebody's been doing it.
Nice.
It's probably my dad.
Deacon, come here.
Yeah, good luck. So yeah, there was some other shit I wanted to talk about, but we got all into the ether with everything, and I can't remember what any of the other shit was.
Talked about Summerween.
Covered that. Big important one.
Mercer. Kind of dabbled into the headspace of like consciousness.
Yeah, we kind of went everywhere on that. You know, we talked about women bashing, consciousness, politics. We just went all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even think, was that like, yeah, that was only like an hour. We still got time.
What other things can we conquer? What are we going to solve? We talked about, I mean, here's a question. So we went out and did the shooting with Andrew, Dr. Impact himself. Are you going to put together a episode for that, or?
Yeah, I'm just so behind on everything I need to do, and I still need to get his footage before I can do it. And just everything's just been so busy lately, I haven't had time. I mean, if you see my whiteboard, I still have all the what the fuck movies.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Movies.
I'm just behind is all.
It's all good.
Summertime's always difficult, you know, because I have all the kids and we're trying to do stuff. And even like the podcast episodes have kind of been suffering a little bit. But I feel like, you know, when the summer winds down, we kind of make up for it and we're super consistent. So it's like, you know, if it's kind of a dried up summer, oh well.
Well, that's what I was thinking about too this morning, was like, really you have expectations to go into the summer, and for some reason, you just think, okay, I've got all this free time during the summer. And it's like, no, you don't. So
you have less time.
Less time with the kids being out of school, and it gets a little... Luckily, my kids like to go do their things on their own now. So, like, they just go to the lake and hang out.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, Elsie's still young, and then the boys can't think of shit to do on their own. They have to wait for me to figure something out. But it's like, yeah, I think it's more important to enjoy your summer.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you or anybody else, but like that seasonal depression beats the shit out of me every single year. So I almost subconsciously like would rather save the work for when it's cold. Because I'm already stuck inside. I might as well be able to accomplish something.
Yeah.
And so it's, but the other part of it is just like, I'll think about, oh fuck, I got all those videos, I got the shooting video, I got these ghost videos, and it's not like it's an extreme chore. I could literally do, you know, 3 in a week easy. But between that and all the shit I got to do, and, you know, whatever, you get overwhelmed, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to play video games instead. And the older I get, the more I find that's actually acceptable, as long as I'm making a proportional effort to do those other things.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't get paid for none of the shit I do. I'm going to do it when the fuck I'm ready.
Yeah. I was just curious, because I was just wondering if you got any of that stuff on.
Oh, I got quite a bit, yeah. I don't have any of the long range stuff. I actually need to. It kind of doubles down with the sky viewing thing, where I need to find a long range camera solution, so I could be able to get those nice clear impacts. It'd be cool. Impact. He's so kind of nonchalant. He's just like, impact.
Yeah, that's great.
Cheer for me, motherfucker.
No, his when I watch his videos, like, that's my favorite part. I don't know why. It's just, I love that.
Fuck that fly, dude. Impact. It's great, man.
Yeah.
He's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
And I feel like if people watch his content and go, you know, he's dry or whatever, it's like you don't know him.
Yeah.
Because he's an incredibly cool dude.
Yeah. What was that? I just had a thought and it just went away.
I do know if next time we do a podcast with him, we have to use these mics. The boom mics wasn't enough.
Oh, yeah.
He talks too low.
Yeah. He's a very interesting guy. He's that was the whole thing, like when I was talking to him about doing the long range or the 2A stuff, and then he was like, yeah, can we talk about the Book of Enoch? And I was like, what?
Yeah, right?
You like that shit too? Did we just become best friends?
He's like, I love Billy Carson. You're like, shit. We're great acquaintances. We'll put it that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't dislike Billy Carson at all.
I don't either.
Really like his content.
Just again, just that one thing is it's just off-putting. That's all. I still listen to him whenever I come across his stuff.
So yeah, maybe we should delve into Billy Carson and do an episode.
I'm totally down.
Or maybe we could do 2 in the same vein. Billy Carson and the Book of Thoth. Or the tablet, the Emerald Tablet of Thoth.
Definitely.
So I think he's written a book about it.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the list of topics the other day and kind of crossing off some that we had already done and seeing some of the other ones that we still have to go. Because I was recently thinking about, like, really how many of these kind of fringe topics and stuff can we go through and then supplement with some of the other, men's mental health or strange places and things like that. Like, how long can you really get this thing to go out for? And then every time I open that book, it's usually to write down more topics that I've come across. And it's like, honestly, it can go on a long ass time.
Yeah. Even if you go on like TikTok and look at like conspiracy theories, it'll have a whole, you'll have just like shit that I've never even heard of. Like,
I've learned so much from TikTok, and I hate saying that because it's like, I know to a lot of adults, I say that as though I'm not an adult, but a lot of adults kind of look at it as just like, yeah, it's just a place where women shake their ass and whatever. There's actually a lot of useful information there. There's a lot of things to learn, like the Schumann Residence or the Adam and Eve Project, things like that I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
I just saw a hand under the door. Yes?
Are you a living person or a spirit from my past?
You can step in here.
Oh, it's toes.
Hi. Sup, G?
Guest starring.
Step over the cord. Come here.
Sorry, I just needed a hug.
You just needed a hug?
Yeah, and I also want to show you a picture, but I just hung it up in my room.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm done, I'll take a look.
Okay, I'm gonna make another
Watch out.
one.
Nerd!
Yeah. Sorry.
It's funny because you got 1 foot over it and the other one was just like, I quit.
I thought you made it. I was like, oh, that was smooth.
Smooth operator.
It's because I forgot.
You forgot halfway through your step?
Yeah, because I forgot you said that, though. That's the problem.
Is that the same angle? Either way, it's close enough. Yeah, where were we? Yeah, there's so many topics we can cover. So many cool things. Yeah, that we picked up from TikTok and shit like that.
Well, it seems like the more that you kind of dive into these like fringe topics, the more you discover that there actually are. Just because there's so many videos and shorts and reels about like mysteries and
The rabbit hole is inexhaustible.
yeah.
Did you see the Jeremy Corbell thing I sent you? I sent it last night because suddenly my feed was all about it.
No.
It was, I should have mentioned it in the last one. Jeremy Corbell was filmed in January of this year talking about they're going to sell you a big lie about a foreign object coming through our solar system, and they're going to build it up as something that it's not, and blah, blah, blah. It's kind of interesting, especially coming from him. And I've got super mixed feelings about that guy. I've always been a little on the fence about him, but that one is like, fuck, what if he's right?
Yeah. Our 3-eye atlas is, so is he saying that it might be a spaceship, or?
He was more implying that whatever they say it is a lie. Without being like too upfront about what it actually is. So it was kind of hard to just buy into, but at the same time, he's talking about it in January. It was found in, late June, early July.
Yeah. Interesting.
Super interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even go on TikTok this morning. Should have.
Well, this was last night when I was looking through stuff. So I had like the TV playing with something, and then I was scrolling through TikTok, and like I watched one video about 3-eye atlas, and then it was like my whole feed was about that, which to me is the worst fucking thing about TikTok. I watched like
algorithm works pretty well.
it works too well. I watched like one video about first responders the other day, and it's after that it was my whole feed was about that. I'm like, fuck, I don't care. Or you watch one video about 3i Atlas, and that's like everything, and I don't fucking care. Or you get stuck on just one of those TikTok fucking tarot readers, and you're like, no, scroll past. And if you're like 0.25 seconds too late, that's your whole feed for a week.
Huh. I must just look up random shit all the time because mine is just so random.
I feel like I have to go in to my search bar and search things I actually like seeing about just to kind of reset my feed so I don't have to keep seeing the same shit over and over.
Yeah, that's kind of what I typically do whenever I go on TikTok is I'll look for something specific. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I see so much like sad shit on there that I'm like, I don't fucking want to see this. So you just keep scrolling and it's the same thing. And you're like, all right, search Helldivers, watch 2 videos. Search funny fails, watch 2 videos. It's all right, cool. Now we're good again.
I guess my feed is like a lot of like Polynesians doing stuff for some reason. But it's like I'll see people that I know look at their video and then like they're actually poly TikTok. Yeah. And it's like a lot of people from like New Zealand and Hawaii but like a lot of stuff is I like the way they talk. People from New Zealand, their accent. So
they have a really interesting accent, and like I'm actually really good at nailing accents. Like I can replicate one if I just listen to it from the right person. That one I can't get it.
Yeah.
The best thing I can do is dickhead. That's the Maori version.
Yeah. So there's one lady, she has like, she'll be like, most of her TikTok videos is her cooking something and then like trying like, one of them is like Dubai chocolate. Mm-hmm. So she makes a Dubai chocolate bar. And so it's like her filming herself making this chocolate bar, but she's talking about like making it. And she's like really soft voice, but she's like, then you take the fucking chocolate and you melt it down to where it's hotter than your mom on it. It's fucking hilarious. Just her voice and the things that she says. And then after that, it was just like fucking nonstop.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Just like you said, because their accent is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And it's like 5 different accents together, but it's almost otherworldly.
Yeah.
Like there's that one actor, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but in all the movies he's in, he plays like a Mexican, a Muslim, basically any variety of brown person he plays, but he's actually from New Zealand. He's Maori by nature. Like, how does he do all of it? Yeah. I think his name is Cliff something.
Is he in Star Wars? That guy?
I think you're thinking of
the clone guy?
Tamara Morrison, yeah. I mean, he's also, I believe he's from New Zealand. No, I'm thinking of, he played in Training Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the cousin Smiley.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he played a Mexican.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in so many movies, played all these different like ethnicities, but it's like you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I've played all those ethnicities in real life, or getting accused of being those ethnicities.
Oh man, if you had a nickel for every time somebody thought you were a Mexican,
yeah, I'd have about $27.
$27. I'd have enough for a case of good quality beer.
Yeah, I'd give me a case of Tecate and fucking
trash beer, by the way.
Yeah, they just come up and start speaking Spanish to me. When we lived in Florida, actually, that was the biggest thing. Is like there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Florida, and they'd start speaking Spanish to me. You know, I don't speak Spanish.
No,
parents didn't teach you, and I was like, they don't know how to speak Spanish either. Yeah. And then like Arab, and then Zed was like, Spencer Johnson is the blackest name I've ever heard. I was like, You've never heard of DeMarcus Wilson?
Daquan Tyrese, or that's a pretty fucking white guy name.
Yeah.
It's like, did you ever see that movie Spencer Confidential on Netflix?
No.
It's like the movie version of Spencer for Hire.
Yeah. I saw it on there. Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. So his like partner in crime is this big black dude. His name is Hawk. And so they're getting ready to go, like, take on the bad guys, rescue their friends kind of thing. And Spencer is cleaning the guns, and he goes to hand Hawk the pistol. And Hawk is like, no. Hawk gets a shotgun. Spencer is the guy who does your taxes. So that's a pretty fucking white guy name.
What a white guy name. I don't see how that gets misconstrued. Mexican, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I have the whitest white guy name.
There's
of all.
another Tongan dude at work. His name is Spencer. Actually, I think he might be someone.
Yeah, he works in my building.
Yeah.
He's on B shift.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one he is.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, accuse them of being one. You have to ask them, because they get sometimes really butthurt about it.
Pretty sure he's Tongan, actually. First time I met him, he was like, "Oh, your name is Spencer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What's your name?" "Spencer." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, well, what's your name?"
What's my tattoo say?
"No, yeah, my name is Spencer also." That's fucking weird, dude.
Like, is it?
How did you get such a white person name? Curious.
Maybe that's what we should have named the show, is like two dudes with white names. Because Spencer Johnson is an extremely white name, but so is David Brown.
Yeah. I know a few David Browns that are Tongan.
Damn. That's weird.
Tavita Brown, actually.
Is he?
Well, I know probably 5 people with the name David Brown that are my relatives.
Oh. Still, that's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, super white guy name.
Yeah.
You just fade into a crowd.
Yeah. I hate crowds, but...
You know what's funny about
slow
that?
retreat.
What's hilarious is I was just talking to Deacon about it the other day, because I took him to get his ears pierced. So we went to the mall to Claire's, and I don't have a problem with crowds until I go to the fucking mall. And I don't have a problem with like anxiety or that panicky feeling or anything until I go to the mall. I don't know what it is. I go in there and suddenly my heart's racing and I can feel my blood pressure's up and I'm having like severe social anxiety. This happens to me nowhere else in my life except there. And I was just like, I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. But then I thought more about it. It's like you go to a concert, there's a bajillion people there. It doesn't bother me. But you're there and there's music and you're flowing, and especially if you've been drinking, like you're all kind of there for the same purpose.
Yeah.
Or if you go to, an amusement park, there's a shitload of people, but the energy is pretty electric. You're eating shitty food and going on fun rides and doing this and that and the other. But when you go to the mall, it just feels miserable. I imagine it's what prison's like.
Yeah, I guess if you got fucking butt raped at the mall too, it'd be just like prison.
Maybe that's what happened to me and I blanked it out. I don't fucking know. But I think it's the chaos of it too, because by nature, if there's like a 2-lane place to walk, being American, you're going to walk on the right side. But you can walk on the right side and 19 people go around you because they're walking right at you and there's no fucking order. And you have all the people in the kiosks like, "Hey, bro, come here. You got a minute?" Like, "No, thank you." No, come here.
Where's
like,
your cell provider?
I will fucking hit you in the face, dude. And it's just like, there's noise and there's smell everywhere. And it's just an overload for my senses, I think.
Yeah, just say, "No English."
No habla.
I don't know speaking.
I'm just like, woo!
Me and my brother and his wife went to Vegas probably 20 years ago now. And we were walking around the Forum shops at Caesar's Palace, and it's fucking packed. And we like went and sat down on this bench, and his wife was, my sister-in-law was like in one of the stores looking at some shit. And so me and my brother were just sitting on the bench, like watching people walk by and just kind of like narrating what they were doing. And then we're watching like this big group of Asian people like walking around taking pictures. It's like, dude, I swear Asian people are the only people that just walk places and they don't even look where they're going, just like taking pictures. Like, as soon as we were talking about that, like, his wife comes walking out of one of the stores, and she's, like, looking up at the ceiling and shit, and fucking, there's this guy walking this way, and she's walking this way, and they, like, hit faces, like, face-to-face smack into each other. Well, I guess it's not just Asians.
That's fucking funny.
But, yeah, crowds and me don't get along anymore.
I can't. I used to get, when I was younger, like a weird, like severe sense of claustrophobia if I was around too many people at the same time. But I kind of grew out of that. And now I think all of those feelings are just focused at being at the fucking mall.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought the mall was cool.
Yeah.
Now that I'm 40, I'm like, if somebody was like, hey, would you rather get punched in the face or go to the mall? I'd like, who's doing the punching?
Mike Tyson, I'll take the punch, yeah.
If somebody was like, would you rather deal with a hangover or punch in the face? Like, hangover for sure.
Speaking of hangovers, how did you feel yesterday?
It was all right. I don't feel like I drank that much.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty mild drinking. Enough to be like... play Cards Against Humanity and have a good time.
Yeah, it was that kind of perfect level of not too much, not too little. And then when it was getting closer to time to go, it was like, yeah, I'll have a soda and have a couple more pieces of pizza, and then it mostly just washed out.
Yeah.
And then it's like, by the time I get home, you're just tired.
Yeah.
Because drinking after, 38 is hard.
Definitely. Yesterday I kind of felt like shit, but I think more so it was the pizza than fucking alcohol.
Yeah, something definitely fucked with my stomach, but I don't know. I think yesterday I was just like lazy and having that kind of weird like social come down when you go from having a really good time to having a boring day.
Yeah.
You're just like, I hate everything.
Yeah. We just kind of laid in bed. Actually, like, did some laundry, got some clothes put away, and then mostly because we had to find the remote for our TV in our rooms. And then after we found it, then, yeah, Kara and I just laid in bed and kind of dozed in and out of consciousness while we were watching Wednesday.
I did the same thing while we were watching Nukes. Get a little 15-minute cat nap here, or 20 minutes or whatever, and yeah, or just lay there like...
Acceptable on a Sunday. Very acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I used to feel really bad about having days where I did nothing. Like, I felt guilty. Why? I'm a person, too. I deserve downtime, too, so
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really give a fuck.
I got up and went to the gym in the morning at like 10 just because I felt like I needed to sweat.
I know, that's been like my big thing lately is, because I don't drink nearly as often as I used to, but the times I do, even if I only have like 2 or 3 beers or something, like if I'm just sitting here playing games, having a few beers or relaxing or whatever, the next day I feel like shit no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like, I don't really have the energy to get down and do push-ups or lift weights, which I found the cheat code to is I have an Oculus. And I have like a progression of games that I'll play to kind of warm up to and then get into Beat Saber, and next thing you know I'm sweating fucking buckets. And I'm like, I feel way better.
Yeah.
Now I can do push-ups and shit.
Have you ever done that Les Mills Combat?
I've seen it on there. I've never played
It's
it.
actually kind of fun.
Is it?
And it's a workout.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to give that a shot.
It's like kickboxing training
Yeah.
thing, but it's just supposed to be a workout for the Oculus. And it's like a they're like 15-minute sessions, but
Yeah.
they're like doing punches and kicks and shit like that, which is, but after the time, like half of them you have to squat down and punch, and then like stand up and kick both sides, like, and so it's like, it's a pretty good workout actually.
Yeah, there's a few games on there that just get you fucking roiling with sweat. And if you're, I've come up with this idea of just compounding. So it's like in between rounds or whatever, see how many squats you can do before the next one starts. And so you're just over here like, you play a 6-minute song on Beat Saber, and I played on, I think it's extreme. It's like the second highest difficulty. And then I do plus 10% speed. So it's like you're fucking moving, right? But it's like you do that, and then between your loading screen and then picking a new song and waiting for that to load in, you're like, you can get in easily 10 to 15 good squats.
Yeah.
So it's by the time I've played for an hour and a half, like I've done almost 200 squats.
Yeah.
And on top of moving and, getting around, or if you're playing like, what's it called? Pistol whip, where you're having to move your head around barriers and shoot people.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a good warm-up game for me, because it's gotten really easy, but you're still moving around and shit like that. So anything you're doing to move and break that sweat and get all that poison out of your system, it's worth it.
Yeah. That's one thing that we didn't talk about. We were drinking Waterloos here.
This one tastes funny.
Does it?
It has like a... Does it taste like weed?
I think it almost tastes like perfume.
I keep getting like a weed effervescence off of it. I don't know. Anyway, as you get older, you can't drink and like the same as you always did.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, because the last podcast we did in the backyard, I didn't drink at all. And that kind of felt like an occasion for me, like a momentous thing of, I could do this without drinking.
Yeah.
And now I think about every time we've done one and we get a little tipsy, and then you play it back or edit it or whatever, and you go, we're kind of being stupid right there, or we missed the whole plot or whatever. And it's like, honestly, it's probably better if we don't. I mean, not to say that we can't, but not every time.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. No, it's been fine today.
Yeah, I mean, that first one was kind of a warm-up because we haven't done it in a while, but you did great. I fucking dropped the ball.
No,
You had all the details.
which, I'm not going to say they're all facts or they're all right.
But a lot
That's
of it
what I
was.
remember.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I did a bunch of research yesterday, like 2 hours after.
I did plenty last night, and then from the time I got up this morning, I was like watching videos and consuming, and then it came time to push record, and I went,
Powering down.
fuck. Yeah, that sucked. But anyway,
It's fine.
I actually, when it came to drinking, I thought of this one thing that I like way better than drinking. It's called not feeling like shit.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to for me, too. It's like... So we've been, like, kind of not really drinking for probably 3 or 4 months now, and, like, the only time I would have drinks is when we would do the podcast, episodes, have a few drinks. But, like, every day, like, we do it, and then, like, later on that evening, I'd be like, oh, fuck. I need some more Gatorade.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Or it would go from like, doing podcast episodes, having a good time, and then later on in the evening, like, what would make an even better time is if I just drank more.
Yeah, I feel like shit, I need more drinks.
And then, like, that works for a little while, and then when you finally come down, you just feel like absolute trash.
Yeah.
And then you're like, the next day, I just don't want to drink anymore. Oh, that feels better.
Yeah. Right as rain.
That hair of the dog thing works.
Oh, yeah.
Too good. I just need like a life bodyguard to be like, yeah, you drank a lot. You do need some hair of the dog. Here's a Bloody Mary. And then you can have one after this. And then if I reach for a third one, fucking no. Do some push-ups. All right.
I think it just prolonged for me. Yeah, for me, it just like I'll have this hangover later. Have another drink real quick.
I think the hair of the dog thing does work for me, because if we did a party or whatever and I got really blitzed the next day and I get up and I have that weak muscle feeling and I feel like shit, my mind's all cloudy, then I could have, a Bloody Mary or two or whatever, and like, oh, I feel okay. And then I can taper down from there to where I progressively don't feel like shit. But if I just try to cold turkey a hangover, I'm like, oh.
That might actually be. I ordered some tires. I think that might be them calling me back to schedule an appointment.
Well, that's okay. We can wrap this up. We did, a little over an hour and a half. We covered a lot of important ground.
Yeah, we did. It feels like we covered quite a bit.
We did. And I will say, if you're a woman and you felt like I was bashing women, at the time I probably was, so you can hate me for that. But I've changed. I'm different.
Progression.
I'm grown.
Progression.
It's like, who was it that said, a man at 50, if he thinks the same as he did at 30, he wasted 20 years of his life?
I don't know who said that, but smart.
Smart.
Very smart.
Fucking smart.
Very smart.
Smart with an H. SMART. Fucking smarter than Mark Hammond.
Smarter than Mark Hammond. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what we solved, but we probably solved something.
I'm sure there was. I mean,
if you found something that we solved, put it in the comments.
great. Doctor. Solve some shit.
Next time we'll discuss the theories of the tablets, the Emerald Tablet, and Billy Carson.
And some Billy Carson. 6'4" Billy Carson.
6'4".
I don't know why he always goes out of his way to tell you he's 6'4". Like, you're sitting down. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm 7'3", just so you know.
That would matter if I was sitting next to you and I had to look up here.
Yeah, we just angle the cameras so it looks like I'm not 7'3".
It's true. But if you're 7'3", that makes me like 7'4". I'm just.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we be like
Giants.
touching the ceiling? Giants. Nephilim, perhaps.
We are the Nephilim.
Indubitably.
Well, I think we can wrap this.
Let's pull it. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.